Welcome back to the Lowki-Podcast, where we keep it
low key.
I'm not gonna do it. He always wants to do that. He always wants me to.
It's a good
He's trying to
catchphrase.
turn that into like our catchphrase. Like, and you know, it's funny. I actually said it to my friend today, and she was like, "Oh, like, that's actually not bad." I was like, "I know. It's just the fact that Steven's doing it."
If Steven didn't say it,
I know.
It's
It just
like,
sounds.
if I were to say it,
I forgot which one of us.
I think you. No,
I think I said it.
You said it first, and I just kept going with it.
Yeah. I think I was like, because we keep it low key. And then Steven just buried it in the dirt and ran it into the ground.
Why they always do this, guys? Or like, I come, I keep saying it, and they just say it's my fault. That's not cool anymore. That's a clip.
Anyway, welcome back to the podcast, y'all. Obviously,
podcast.
we just got off of our podcast with Diego. Shout out to Diego.
That was great. That was a great episode.
You guys can definitely expect to see some more of him. You know,
link in the description. No, I've said it so many times. Like after the shoot, I was like, Diego, if we ever get like a top-notch guest, like somebody from the Padres or something like that, or somebody from the Phillies.
No Phillies.
No
Phillies are allowed in my room.
Go Birds. Anyways,
Anyway.
but like we're bringing Diego like on that shoot. You know, if it's something where we get like something cool, bro, we're bringing Diego.
It was funny because we were all together earlier today. Well, we were together last night.
Oh, we were bowling.
Don't. No, but we were with each other last night, and it was funny because I was talking to Diego. I was like, talking to him about how the podcast went, like how some people have like, talked to me about like, yeah, like he, did really good and stuff like that. And I was explaining to him, like, if anyone who's watching this knows Diego, like, they would know that he has insane comedic timing.
Oh my God.
Just
yeah,
like, I know that went to his head real fast. But no, I mean, honestly, like genuinely, like he has like that natural, like, comedic, like right when there's the perfect pocket to make the joke, like to make it like,
he says it.
Yeah, bro. Like he knows to hit it. And like it's funny because he doesn't even
He doesn't
like
know he's doing it.
he doesn't know he's doing it.
We're hanging out with him today, and he's like, Steven, like, Alex telling me apparently I have a good comedic timing. What do you think? I'm like, yeah.
And then he started, that made his head huge. Like, he immediately was like, well, shit. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess I do have good comedic timing.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, honestly.
Well, I can honestly see, like, Diego, if he really wanted to, he could, like, go out a comedy club in San Diego or some shit like that, and like just stand up there and like just tell a story, like he's not even trying to do jokes on purpose. He's just like being himself, like he can get a Netflix special, if he does it right.
Netflix special is crazy. I mean, yeah, I don't think I've ever wanted to do like stand-up comedy. Have you ever like thought like about?
Yeah, honestly, yeah,
Really?
like because I love public speaking. Honestly, like
you
it's
love
still,
public
like
speaking?
it scares me. Don't get me wrong, and I'm still sometimes nervous to get up there, but sometimes when I'm up there, I'm like, what's up, y'all? You know how I am. Like, I'm not really afraid to be me.
Oh, I know. Really?
Really?
We had no idea. We had no idea.
Exactly.
Unapologetically.
The way I see it is like I get at least like 5 to 10 minutes to say whatever I want.
And y'all have to listen.
And you guys have to listen to me.
You start like spewing out like random like political shit.
Oh my God! I remember when like it first started. It was I was the butler in Annie in 8th grade. I love telling this story.
Oh God, I've heard this story so many times,
and I'll say it over and over again. But here's how it went.
It was the winter of 2007.
2017 to be specific. No, we were class of 2019, and because it was my 8th grade year.
Wait, you grad? Never mind. Just go. Never mind. Shut the fuck up, Juan.
Shut the fuck up, Juan. Jesus. You turned 21 in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you're
anyways.
about to be unk.
He's like 30.
Okay, why is it going up?
I'm
in
like,
5
where did this come
time?
from? Damn.
He's just mad we took his
exactly.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Anyways. Shut up. I thought you were gonna do that.
You said you could talk.
Anyways, Butler and Annie. So I was already in stage crew, right? And we already did a couple, the talent show and all this and that with my boy Sebastian. We were the audio guys, ironically enough.
Audio
And
guys.
I know, yeah. I'm looking at
What
Juan
are you
for
even
that
doing
one.
as an audio guy in 8th grade?
I took care of the soundboard.
You're like, looking like
I'm just a DJ.
like, all right, go camera 3.
Well, it was basically like taking care of the soundboard and all this and that. But to be honest, bro, I was just turning the volume up and down. That was really it. Playing the next song, like, bro. I wasn't doing anything crazy, Like maybe now that I understand some of this like audio tech by a little bit, Juan, don't look at me that way. I can probably figure it out, but for the most part, I'll just turn up the volume, And when it was like when it was the play, when they were getting ready for the play, Miss Van Skyver, she was in charge. Van Skyver, that was her name.
Van Skyver.
7th grade, she was my science teacher, but there was a switch around in the staff, so she basically got traded away to as the music teacher now. We brought in a new science teacher, so she was taking up the musical this year, and. Mr. Waldron, the guy who was in charge of stage crew, he was like, yeah, like I need you and Sebastian to go after school to help with the auditions. We had to play on the speakers and stuff like that. And we're like, cool, like we got you, And we go there, and not a lot of people show up. Nobody really wanted to play anybody. Nobody really wanted to be a part of like the Annie play.
Yeah.
And
Steven saw that as his golden opportunity.
No, not yet.
Well, no, I know how the story goes.
But we're doing the stuff, they're doing the bits, and she's kind of like, hey, Steven, like, can you come, Miss Van Skyver, she comes down, she's like, hey, like, can you just, like, play the butler just to play the butler, you know what I mean, which, thinking back on it, I'm like, why me, because I was the only, like, Latino kid in there,
Why not Garrett?
Exactly. There's Jimmy down there,
They're like, can you just clean the room?
Exactly. Can you just clean up everything?
Imagine. They're like, can you play the gardener? Dude, then it would have been pretty crazy.
That would be funny. But anyways, so I go down and do it, and I do it, and I do it for a couple times for the other lead actors who are trying out, right? And she pulls me aside afterwards. She's like, do you actually want to play the butler? Like, you did pretty good, and this is your first time like acting. I was like, yeah. And then,
do you even have lines?
I did have a couple lines. So for the most part,
can you recite them?
Well, here's
let's
whole
act it out right here.
Exactly.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that you don't know the words.
I don't remember the words. Well, you threw me off my A game, but
what do you mean? That's how the song goes. That's like the one song.
I remember.
You just expose yourself in front of everyone.
I know, right? Hey, there's a picture that will pop up somewhere here. I'll send it to whoever's editing.
Is there a picture of you?
There's a legit picture
on stage, or like
my crew was me, Steven Hernandez, Nora Donald, and Nasir Harrison as the lead, and Lucy Kerr. We were the 4 trios. I was gonna 4 trio.
The 4 trio. Oh my god.
Point is though, we were the top guys.
Fast, folks.
Anyways, going back to how I got the part, there was one catch. So Miss Van Skyver was like, do you actually want to do it? Because no one really wants to play the butler, And I'm like, why are you asking me? And I was gonna. But I was like, you know what? I thought about it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna be like 5 minutes. I was like,
I was like, yes, but there's one condition. You have to let me change my lines into Spanish. And she was like, okay.
Because she was like, we don't have any.
Exactly. Yeah. She was like, fine, I guess.
Yeah.
And literally all I changed was every sir and Mrs. was señora and señorita or señora. And I was like, oh, what's the main guy's name? I was like, oh yeah, welcome in, señor.
Like the billionaire guy?
I'm the billionaire guy. And then when Annie came in, I was like, señorita, right this way,
Oh god. I can just imagine, like,
bro,
how old were you? 8th grade?
I was 8th grade. I was like, I think, like 13?
Yeah, you're like 13.
Right around there. And I remember the day of the play happened, I was wearing a spiffy suit, I ain't gonna lie. Because
did they have to like fit you out, or like you had to go get your own shit?
No, Mr. Waldron, the stage crew guy, he actually has like an old school suit, which is like the pants black, white button up, right? But the jacket, it's legit butler jacket, because it has the 2 little like tails in the end, bro. And like it stops like right here, so a little cropped. I was rocking that thing, and I felt so good in that.
You're
thing.
like doing like
I know,
the whole
yeah.
like
Had
cape,
my-
you
yeah, I
know,
know.
like every turn you're just
Right,
like
yeah,
boom.
with a little napkin going this way.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And then yeah, it was honestly, bro, I loved it. It was
You're like,
fun.
holy
I was like, oh my
shit.
god, it's my big day, and my parents didn't even show up to watch it.
He's like, and I remember looking in the crowd and seeing two empty seats.
I know what I do remember. So I'm not sure if your school did this, but my school, they would do 2 shows, right? So one for the whole school, basically, right? Everybody would come to the auditorium, right, and see it, right? And we would do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously the one, like, same day, at night, so the parents can watch, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember all my friends in the corner, they were just dying laughing as soon as they saw me in the butler suit.
Were
And
you
just-
like embarrassed or you were like, fuck it?
I was like, fuck it. But once I heard them laughing, my friend Gabby, she started screaming, laughing, like, ah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what's it called? I started cracking up, and then I had there was another girl named Scarlett, right, next to me, because I guess she was like another butler, cleaner, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it. And we were just both cracking up, like laughing, just trying to hold it in. And Mr. Wall just like in the corner, like, get in here, get in.
Yeah.
You guys can't laugh in front of the crowd.
Yeah. We got a fucking production to put on, Steven.
Exactly. And I killed it. I was a
Kilt?
killed it.
Yeah, you added a T in there. Anyway.
Anyways, but yeah,
You
that
said
was
kilt.
that
Anyway.
was my time in Broadway.
Yeah. That's
So
when I
how
was
about
in-
you, bro? Have you ever been in ever done anything like that, man?
Well, I
Ever?
mean, you and Juan know a certain production that I've been a part of, and I'll tell the story the same way that I told them. So, you know, mine was also in 8th grade, to be fair.
Oh, I love this story. So how'd it go?
Yeah. So basically, you know, I was also in 8th grade, and you know, for most of the people that follow this podcast, you guys know mostly, you know, what my schooling shit. Some of you, I don't know why I really said that. Anyway, but
yeah,
I mean,
Are you
just
got
some
someone
of
else
the,
you
some of
wanna
the people
talk
that
about?
follow us,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they know.
The hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Shout out Diego.
Hardcore fan.
Number 1.
No, but so, you know, I went to a private Catholic school when I was literally from preschool until 8th grade. And so going to a private Catholic school, first of all, when I say private Catholic school, everyone always thinks I mean like, you know, super pristine, high tech, cutting edge. We weren't that kind of Catholic school. We were the poor nuns used to live in our attic, you know, barely scraping by, you know, kind of type thing, paint chipping off the walls type thing. And one thing that they had the 8th graders do every year was reenact what's known as the Stations of the Cross. And basically,
Go on.
yeah. So, you know, if you don't know, that's pretty much like the little story of how Jesus died. I mean, little story. It's like the story, to be fair.
It's the main one, man.
Well, no, I meant more in the sense it's like a part of the Bible, you know. It's one of the stories in the Bible where, you know, it tells the retelling of Jesus carrying the cross up to Mount Sinai, you know, being nailed to the cross, dying on the cross, rising, yada, 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 X, Y, and Z. And so the 8th graders had to do that reenactment for the school. Literally, the 8th graders were the ones who had to wear the robes, you know, and someone was like the chief, you know, and had like the crown, like that's made of like, you know, weird feathers. You know how like Greeks have that?
Yeah. But who was the big guy? Who was the main star?
So, you know, obviously, this is a whole story about Jesus, babe. You know, this is he's the main character in all this. He's the main character in life, apparently. Yeah. Anyway,
Shout
shout out God.
Hey, thank you. En el nombre del Padre.
But so, you know, obviously someone had to be casted to be Mary. Someone had to be casted to be, you know, the townspeople. Someone had to be casted to be blah, blah. Someone also had to be casted to play the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jesus.
Jesus.
And ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at who was cast as the role of the Son of God. The second coming of Christ.
Prophet.
I had to embody what the second coming of Christ was like. And yeah, you know, funnily enough, that's like pretty much the only time I've ever really stepped on a stage for like a production like that. And first of all, I didn't sign up to be Jesus. It was forced onto me. Like it's not like I had like, you know, a list of roles to choose from. First of all, it was my brother.
There was no like what's it, like audition, you know? I when he's told me this story before, but I think this is the first time we're getting into real details about it. But I always imagine it as like you went out for Jesus.
Like I had to like go on a stage in front of a couple
Exactly,
judges and
yeah,
like say something like
exactly.
my brothers and sisters.
This bread is mine.
Yeah. They're like, holy shit.
I wonder what he's thinking.
No, there wasn't any auditions. That's the funny part. Like it was literally I was forced into it. I really didn't have a choice because my brother was when he was in 8th grade, he was the one who played Jesus before me.
Oh, so you kind of had to.
It's in our blood. You know, like you got to keep it, you know, in the genes. And so I don't know why we were chosen. Honestly, maybe it's because my mom worked there, and they're like, we could probably just get his mom to tell him to like do it.
Did she end up telling you to do it? That you're doing it?
Pretty much. I mean, like when it came around, like I had kind of already known that like since Maddie did it, it was also like who else in my class was gonna do it. Like you know, it was kind of like
And there wasn't a kid that was like, no, it's gonna be me.
Yeah, no one volunteers
like,
to play Jesus. Like those are some big shoes to fill. You know, like the biggest shoes to fill. But yeah, so I remember because we did the whole reenactment. You know, there I am playing Jesus, and I'm like, you know, doing the whole like, you know, I die on the cross, and like, you know, arms like that, you know, and so then they carry my body off of the cross, and they kind of like lay me down, and then like, you know, they're saying some shit. Keep in mind, there's like hundreds of students that are watching this whole thing, like, you know, just watching me lay on the ground like dead. And so then I remember it was funny because Diego had a part in this. He was supposed to play like this character who basically helped carry Jesus's body into the tomb, you know, where he stayed for 3 days. And so that was Diego's role. He was like, I forgot if he had a name or something like that. But so keep in mind, we practiced this, you know, technically, like, you know, for the most part, they were like, okay, you know, you want to carry, you know, Jesus's body, you want to do it with respect, and like, you know, have like, you know, the face showing to the crowd, and like, you know, kind of like make sure that, you know, he really looks like, you know, he's like all peaceful and dead and shit. And
Fool just picked you up.
Diego picked me up like a sack of laundry. Literally, it was like him and one other person, you know, like I said, like they were like, oh, you should probably have him like this, like, you know, kind of like when you carry your body, like the person is facing up, you know, like towards the sky. You never carry a body and have them facing the fucking ground, like, you know, and so that their back is like doing like an arch as like one of you is carrying my feet and the other one is carrying my hands.
Dang.
So then,
wait, but because the way I was picturing it, right, is that like he had you like on his shoulder or something like that.
It wasn't like a fireman carrying me.
Yeah, exactly. And the director's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. He just puts me on his shoulder. Exactly. Like, walking towards that would be some shit Diego
rolls up his sleeve a little bit.
He starts like improvising and like starts like deadlifting me and like
my brother in Christ.
brother, please help me hit this PR. No, we're still going to hell. Anyway.
Hey, when it's your time, bro, and they gotta judge you, you just gotta be like, hey, remember
I was God.
I was you, bro.
Yeah, bro, we're like this, dog.
How about let's judge that, you know?
How was my performance?
Exactly, like I showed up. Wait, so you were nailed in everything too?
Not nailed.
I know, yeah.
They just throw like fucking like thick ass nails to an 8th grader's skin, like, you know, like we gotta do it realistic, Alec.
For the Lord.
The Lord went through way worse.
And then all I'm picturing too is like, you know, towards the end where he comes back, I'm just thinking like they have you on a little,
like a little, and he's like calling me up. And I just hit the top.
It's Diego with the rope. He's like, oh.
I know. No, well, that part was funny because that part was all outside.
Oh,
and you
really?
know what's even funnier? We did that like because some of the scenes we did out in like the field area,
Yeah.
you know, because it's the Stations of the Cross, you know, like Jesus literally walks from one station to the next, you know, and so that was kind of the thing. Like I had to walk, you know, around.
Pause real quick. I did something similar like not me. I was never Jesus, but
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna tell you
can't
this
be.
story after. Oh,
Anyway,
anyways.
So another part of it was in like the big hall area, you know, the big, you know, kind of like NPR gym kind of type thing. And so, funny enough, in that room, I literally, because that's another part of the story, Jesus washes the feet of his apostles. And so I'm in 8th grade, and you know, they cast the apostles as they're like 4th and 5th graders. So first of all, there I am doing this whole performance. I'm at like, you know, the middle seat because obviously, you know, in the Last Supper, Jesus is always in the middle. And then I'm just surrounded by 4th and 5th graders, like on my left and on my right. Like,
And you're in 8th?
yeah, like, you know, I don't know why they casted them like to be like that much younger. But, you know, there I am, you know, I say my little couple speeches. I walk all the way around the table. I take a seat in a stool. There's a little pail of water right here, a little bowl. I have a towel. And then I have to wash all these 4th and 5th graders' feet. Like, literally, like, pour a little water, you know, like, pat them dry. And then I'll be like, fucking. I'm like, little Johnny. Peace be with you. No.
Amen.
I really hope my mom doesn't listen to this. Like, you know, and if my grandma can hear me from the grave, she's probably. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up my dead grandma. She's dead though, very dead.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, no, but
I was gonna. Never mind. We just skip forward. Never mind.
I feel like we should.
Yeah. Anyways.
And then so there was that part that was in the hall, and then where I actually died on the cross, that was done in the front of the school with the street right there. So cars are passing by as there.
Oh my
there's like
God, baby! What are they doing to you?
Why are they nailing that 8th grader to that piece of wood?
That one lady that like you that you snitched on Diego. Yeah. She's coming back like, oh, you're finally getting what you deserve.
Yeah, you're paying for your sins. Yeah. Nah, but so yeah, literally in the front of the school, because you've passed by St. Mary's before.
I think so. Maybe
Yeah, I mean, but you know, there's like that open like grass area in the beginning before like, you know, the gates to the school. And so in that open grass area, they just set up the fucking cross, and then there I am, you know, like right there, crowd of students, like, you know, watching, and then just cars going by, like, you know, they're probably just looking over at us like we're some type of cult or something like that.
Kids.
Yeah,
You know,
this is
like
what they
that.
do to like kids in private school.
This is why I'm not joining religion.
Yeah.
What's it called? But did they have you like also like carrying the cross around and stuff like that, like a makeshift cross?
Well, it was a cross. It wasn't. It's funny because they had different sizes of crosses.
It's actual wood.
Well, it was.
Really?
Well, yeah, but it's not like super thick pieces of,
yeah.
you know, like lumber. It
A little
was just
makeshift
like,
one.
yeah, I mean, it was probably like, I don't really, it was probably like that thick, you know, like maybe the part on the arms, maybe like that thick.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it was kind of like that lighter wood, you know, like, and yeah, so I had to carry it, and like part of it was uncomfortable. I mean, definitely not.
Just that's the big guy, you know. Like, you know?
I'm like, I get it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that's so bad. Oh god.
Oh my God! Yeah. Do we want to post this?
Jesus Christ. We were talking about bowling in the first episode.
I know,
Now
yeah, like-
I'm literally sacrileging. Anyway, yeah, I do not approve
Exactly.
of this episode.
Cancel this whole thing.
Your grandma is rolling over in her grave.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, so completely changing topics.
No, you know what I also had to wear was the crown of thorns.
Ooh.
which they had real thorns. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what they
It's
did?
real blood coming down.
Yeah, they're like, holy shit, I like that blood looks real.
Because it is.
I'm like all like beat and battered, like it is. But nah, you know what it was? It was a PVC pipe. You know, like the fluffy, bendable.
Oh yeah,
Or maybe pipe cleaner.
Pipe cleaners.
My bad.
Pipe
PVC pipe. What the fuck am I saying? That's like literally the fucking.
I thought for a
plastic
second
thing.
I thought you were talking about like fake blood that they poured on you. They're
Oh,
like,
no.
oh, that's what it's called now.
Yeah.
I thought they were just throwing some syrup or something on
No,
there.
I didn't actually have the blood on me. I just had it was like, you know, those pipe cleaners,
Pipe
and
cleaners.
it was just brown to make it kind of like look like thorns. I mean, shit, those pipe cleaners.
I mean, yeah, if you
poke
poke
you
at
a
the
little
ends,
bit,
yeah.
and there was a couple points where I was like, oh, like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know,
I'm really
this doesn't compare, and I know that, and I'm not saying that, dear Lord Jesus, you know, I'm not saying that right now.
We gotta go to church.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
gotta go
this
to
Sunday.
I gotta go to confession after this. Father, imagine that confession with a priest being like, Father, I have a podcast.
I was talking about.
I got a little carried away. And I might have ended up comparing myself to God. And no. Jesus Christ, this is not what I thought.
Yeah, I know,
This-
yeah. But I mean, oh well, real quick, I can relate to this because I also my first real role, I was just a civilian for my local church. We reenacted the whole thing as well too. I was like
Stations of the Cross?
Stations
or?
of the Cross,
Oh.
the whole John.
So you were the
Church.
one shouting like, crucify him, crucify him.
I think so.
You
yeah.
bastard.
Ah,
It's like,
You're going to hell.
At least I played God.
Well, my dad actually whipped him.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, I complained him. To clarify.
Wait, you're
my,
serious?
My father was a guard. He played a
Wait,
guard.
what the fuck? I
Yeah.
thought this was like a children's reenactment.
Well,
Why do they have full-grown adults
I
in
know.
there too?
Well, my church did it. So I get this is a hot right now. Both of you guys like yeah.
well, no, I know that they do it, but I mean, mainly I feel like it's only children or only adults.
My church has like, when I was younger, they had actual like, metal tip spears.
Oh, okay. We weren't that committed.
They would use them for like walking, but then they'd take them out and then bring out like the little plasticky one that goes in and releases a little drip of blood. No, it was full-grown adults. Just
Well, yeah,
whipping this poor guy.
Well, I know, yeah. And yeah, my dad did that. No, it's kidding, no, but we did, yeah.
My dad ended up whipping me.
Yeah. You gotta put my.
Yeah,
If I'm gonna,
not too much, bro.
if I'm gonna put out my trauma, I'm gonna do it.
Shut up, Steven.
Exactly. No.
Yeah.
So my dad whipped me. I'm saying.
Jesus Christ.
Hey man, no.
Well, when I say it,
Exactly, yeah, it's different, bro. No, but yeah, they had one guy genuinely walking around with hours with. I never felt the cross, but when I like or held it, right? Because obviously I was a small child, but it felt really real,
Yeah.
you know, and I think it was pretty heavy.
I mean, if they got a whole adult doing it,
I
like,
know,
then
yeah,
that's different. Like they probably
they
did
got a
give
whole
him,
thing.
like,
The guy looked like he was struggling. That I remember, you know, a little
Yeah.
because he was genuinely dragging it and everything.
What was he
too.
like? What was he wearing?
I was wearing the whole fit.
Well,
Nah.
he normally he wears like a long robe.
Yeah.
But then when he dies on the cross, he gets stripped of everything. you
Yeah.
know? So
And
did they strip him?
They did strip him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's
They
when
didn't strip me when I was an infant. Like, yeah.
Wait.
Well, no, I mean,
what they
like-
do to you in school, bro?
I'm like,
You need to talk about it, bro.
yeah. Like, now that we're on
Yeah,
the
we're
topic.
probably good. Yeah, this, we're probably not airing.
Well,
this
no,
episode.
I had like a white shirt on, like a plain white shirt, and then white shorts.
Well, for when we did it, the guy. That's when they switched them out. There was one guy walking around with the cross, right, and then we just take like maybe a block around the neighborhood, and then we go back, end up back in the church, you know. And then that's when they set up the cross and all this and that. They switched out the guy who's already in the makeup and everything.
For a guy who's on the cross.
On the
right?
cross, you know. And they
So
hang
when
him
you
up.
enter back in the church, he's on the cross. Right?
Well, we did it outside.
Oh.
Yeah, but they just kind of like switched them out real quick where we couldn't
Little
notice.
Jesus. Swap.
Exactly. Like I didn't notice. You know, my dad just told me, they
Yeah.
swapped them out. And
On my one, they actually nailed the guy in, but like with little wrist thing that would hold him up. They would lay him down on it. They'd grab like a fake hammer and then the nails would have metal on them, so they'd sound like you're clinging onto it.
Mm-hmm.
And they pretended nails.
He's like
on.
screaming.
Yeah. He would be like,
Ah.
And they grab the cross and then pull them up.
Yeah. And,
I mean,
that's what they did for
our Lord and Savior.
Our Lord and Savior. And and ever since then, I've been Catholic, guys. Ever since then.
Shut the fuck up, Steven.
Too soon?
Nah.
But yeah, so I relate, man.
Yeah.
I relate to your pain.
Nah,
but that was your star role right there, you know?
Yeah.
We got the butler from Annie and Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sitting right next to
you guys
each
are
other.
witnessing real history right here.
Exactly. You know, I can't wait to show you that picture too. And we could pop it up here. Juan, you could pop it up here. I think
on the TV.
On the
Finally
TV.
use
Just
the TV
slap it on here. But
I think I have some photos. I think I may have like a video from my
Let's pop
Last
it up.
Supper. No.
Not even a picture. No. Actually, yeah. Because I looked fly in my outfit, so you know I don't mind being there. I really like that suit, Mr. Waldron.
I still have the tux.
I know if you still have it, let me have.
Nah, I mean, yeah, that was my only time really kind of performing like that. I mean, I like to think that sometimes I'd be a good actor, which is funny.
Would.
Yeah, but then like, it's so different when you're like in the moment and you have to be like so like locked in. Like, you know, I've tried to do like for like fun, you know, like me and a friend will just be like, all right, like your scene is like you're just like the end of the world and this is your last like speech, like, you know,
when we're doing bits for our freaking TikTok page, you know,
I mean,
like the last one was great.
Yeah.
The one where we're dancing. No, it was the Rio one. And fool was coaching me up on like how to just be like,
that
but like a
was
straight
hard to
idiot,
get through.
dude. It was so, bro. At first, when we were recording it, you'll pop up the video somewhere over here.
Why do you keep it? You love it.
It's fun, bro. I like it. You know, Juan, take notes. I was gonna. He's editing the video. Point is though, yeah, like I had to follow the audio. Fool was trying to coach me up on how to, you know, be a little bit of an idiot. You know, dance a little bit and all this and that. You know.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I know.
And then we were like, what's wrong? Like something just doesn't look right when we're looking back at the footage, and you're like 2 times speed. I think let's try that. And it made it so fucking. Yo, you barely held it together sometimes.
No, dude, literally, like that was the funny part. I've never seen anyone dance to a song that's in slow-mo because, you know, obviously if you do the 2 times speed when you record it, it goes in super slow-mo because, like, you know, so that it can get like, you know, all your like little movements when you do it. And it was just my first time because, you know, the song's like get and then there's just
and I'm fucking going like
like, you know, and dude, it was hard to hold it together. That's why like sometimes like that I'm like, dude, it must be so hard when you're on a set, you know, there's like literally millions of dollars like, you know, poured into like this whole thing, you know, everyone's only there to like for you to perform in front of the camera. Like, that must be like a different type of like, you know.
Because I like studying, you know, actors, you know, behind the scenes, reading a couple scripts every now and then, and it's I mean, have you ever read like a legit script? Like I read the Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman, and at least when I took a screenwriting, I had to read scripts, you know.
Oh, okay. I was like,
well, sometimes I do it for fun. So like rarely. I last time I did it was like 4 months ago, but. When you like see a script, it's like it's so plain. It's so plain. Like it's just like, oh, like he walks in, you know, does this, does that, you know, says, oh, like, you know, I'm Batman, you know, or something like that. But it just says it. It doesn't say like he says in like a like in a muffled tone or something like that.
Like getting specific like that.
And it's like that's at least studying that. Like in screenwriting, it's like. You just gotta let the actor act, you know what I mean, and like show his talents basically. And I'm like, their interpretation of it, exactly. So that's why, like, you know, now I get why, like, you know, critics pay so much attention to how they did it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, like, you know, this is genuine talent. And sometimes you're really locked in. There's a lot of method actors. Who was Jared Leto when he played the Joker? locked in consistently to the point where he was pranking his co-stars. I heard something.
I mean, Heath Ledger too.
Heath Ledger. Oh my God, he was
went crazy.
He was amazing.
He like literally locked himself in a hotel room for like 2 months.
Oh my God.
Did you not know that?
No, I didn't know. He had a journal and everything too, writing it down, and
it's like you're not the actual Joker.
Exactly, but sometimes I know, right? But like they just have to be in that mentality.
I know. And same thing. I think does Christian Bale? No, he's not a method actor.
He
just goes all out.
Yeah, he goes all. He just to a certain degree himself. You know what I mean? But he was good too. And there's another one, a really good one. Leonardo DiCaprio as well too. He's like somewhat of a method actor. Like when he's locked in completely. It's just like that's talent right there. So you got a lot to work on, you know.
I mean, I've wanted to do like an acting class. It's just also like I would need to separate that. I'd need to take that part of my brain that tells myself what I'm doing right now is really cringy, you know, because like you really have to like silence that part to just like not give a fuck.
You gotta be there, like really in
you
character.
gotta like embody the character and like so. You know.
So we're gonna shoot a short film.
We're gonna send it to a few film festivals.
We're gonna redo Annie.
You don't even know the fucking song.
It's the hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us. Standing kisses, we get kicked.
Yeah, we get kicked. What's after that?
I don't know. I didn't say anything.
Did you have any like?
Wait. There's another one. The sun will come out tomorrow. Better.
See, that's the one that you don't know.
Oh, fuck, I know tomorrow though, because I remember tomorrow. I'll love ya. Tomorrow is only a day away. Oh.
It sounds like SpongeBob right there.
Or what's the other one?
I'm ready.
Little girls with the caretaker saying it. The little girl song. It's never mind. That's kind of where she's rage baiting right there. Little girls. No, it's a genuine song.
Like Annie's song.
No, it's the caretaker.
It's called Little Girl Song.
Little Girls, yeah. I remember shout out Victoria Serini. She played the.
This random obscure girl from your 8th grade class who definitely doesn't watch this.
Well, we still talk here and there.
Right.
But no, she played the caretaker who was taking care of all the orphans.
Like the nanny? Oh.
Yeah.
But like the bitch one. Who's
yes, not
not you.
Yeah,
Victoria.
she's not,
What's your name, Victoria?
Victoria,
Victoria, I'm sure you're very nice, but you had to play a bitch.
Jesus.
I mean, that's the whole thing. That like,
yeah.
She's a shit nanny. You know?
But yeah. I remember that one. I remember a bit we had in that play was I was trying to convince Nasir and I think Nora we should sing that tomorrow in Spanish. Like
what was with you and
mañana. I came back
Te
from
quiero
mañana. But yeah, it was a great.
Was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I would. I don't know. I feel like if I were to act, I feel like I can only
what
be
would
myself.
be like if you could, out of all the fiction, stories or nonfiction, like real or not real, what would be like your dream role? Like what character? Like would you like
besides superheroes? Because obviously I would say Spider-Man. I would say Miles Morales. Honestly, I would like to play him.
Really?
Yeah,
really? That's your biggest one?
Well, not the big outside of superheroes. If I'm thinking
even superheroes, I feel like.
If I'm thinking logistically, like an actual role that it's like I would like to do a biopic about somebody. Maybe like a. I said it right?
No, yeah. I mean, I just
Is he laughing at my grammar again?
No, it's just I'm trying to imagine what celebrity you would be in the biopic.
I could be thinking like Neil Patrick Harris. I'm saying,
Isn't that? He's a white gay man.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
I was thinking of the wrong guy. I was thinking Professor X.
Professor X, like
Professor Xavier.
Yeah, I know, but
point is that
I
think somebody I would like to.
Neil Patrick Harris.
I think that's him.
I'm not even close to that.
No, not
Do you
at
know
all.
who that is?
I feel like I do, but now I'm getting.
He's you know, it's fine.
Well, they can tell us in the comments. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna.
We don't get comments.
No, but I don't know. I'd like to play like an athlete or something like that. You know, somebody where like maybe ideally like a boxer or something like that.
I would be like Shaq.
Exactly.
I want to play Shaq.
50 Cent, 50 centavos. Oh, or probably like or some, honestly, bro, if they were to ever make a biopic of the La Banda Los Tigres del Norte, I would love to.
I thought you were gonna say La Bamba. You know La Bamba?
I've never seen the movie.
Para bailar La Bamba.
I've heard of it before.
Para bailar La Bamba necesita la poca de gracia.
The guy with the mustache.
I have no idea
The
what
lead
this
one.
movie is.
That's not legal.
No. Well, one of them.
What about a character that I know?
Yeah, I know, right? That you would know. Oh, that's a hard one.
You're saying Spider-Man and this this Mexican
Neil
role.
Patrick Harris.
Dude, what are these polls right now?
No,
This is not what I was expecting.
What would you
Yeah,
play?
okay,
Let's
how
say
about-
that. Yeah, how about you talk about that?
You know what I think would be cool? Would be kind of like a Blue Beetle or kind of like that role.
I could see that.
Yeah, kind of like that DC's version of like young, almost Spider-Man quippy. Kind of like, but yeah, Latino.
He can roll his R's.
I can't.
Oh, you can?
You can't.
I can't.
We'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this off camera.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm embarrassed.
And that's a clip.
And that's what's coming.
And that's what's coming out. Exactly. But who else would you play?
It would be cool, and I've kind of gotten this a couple times, but if they did like a slightly older version of Shark Boy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I can see that.
Yeah, like maybe when they're like in their teens or some shit. Like, I mean, I've some one or two people have called me like Taylor Lautner like lookalike.
What if they? What if they?
Who said that? Was it? Were you there when someone said that?
I think somebody said it, but I don't remember who. I think it might have been one of my friends. No.
I feel like I was at the bowling alley when that happened.
Oh, was it with that? Did Ali say something?
I don't remember.
Point is though, what if they like redid Twilight? Like would you go for it?
Honestly,
for which role though?
Well, that's funny because
you're gonna get fangs, or you're gonna turn into a dog.
Which one would you be if you could be a vampire or werewolf?
I'd say vampire.
Yeah, they're crazy speed, especially like in those movies.
I mean, we just gotta be in the dark, but that's
Yeah.
It's whatever, bro. I always sleep in.
Barely up.
Exactly. So it's perfect. No, I was kidding. Okay, let me rephrase the question. What franchise would you love to be a part of?
Probably like maybe like a Netflix series. It would have been cool. Stranger Things.
Okay.
That would have been such a cool series to be a part of. Like in that 80s wardrobe, kind of like that style. Like that would have been a cool franchise.
Well, my goal, and I feel like I may have said this. I don't know if I said it on camera, but I would love to direct season 6 and like take it over. Like
take it over. Like the Duffer Brothers are gonna be like, Steven,
hey bro, come on. We know how y'all did last time. Come on.
Steven, we need your help.
Leave it to the next generation. No, I think it'd be a cool concept, or at least to be a part of it. I would like to be a screenwriter, but I would like to be even a boom mic operator.
I'll be Mike.
I know, yeah. I'll be the new Mike.
You're gonna be Will.
Point is, I would love to direct season 6.
That one Eddie scene where, as long as you're in the bands or parties or games or that, like, if you could do better writing than that, because that was really hard to sit through.
Well, I would for sure, because when it comes to writing, obviously, like, I would love to learn how to, like, for sure sit down and write my own script. But something like that, I would, like, need so much input from other people and, like, sit down in, like, a room for, like, a month.
Well, yeah,
straight,
I mean, that's usually how that goes.
And, like, well, here's the one thing where I got pissed at the Duffer Brothers is, like, we're getting into we really moved topics,
I know.
but they went in without a finished script.
Yeah.
Which is obviously like, you know, don't get me wrong. Most of the time, some of the big blocks are big block. Some of the big movies.
No. I want you to try.
Big block.
Here we go.
Bust blocks.
Big bust. Chill, dude.
Ah.
No, I still want to hear.
Blockbuster.
But do the one big blockbuster.
Some of the big blockbusters that
There
you
we
see.
go. That only took a minute and a half.
Shut up. Anyways, they do make the movie without a finished script, you know. But at least some of the great movies, like even like somebody like James Gunn, especially if we're just talking about like that superhero, like kind of like actiony, thrivey movie. He goes in with a finished script.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Like,
don't get me wrong. He'll still make edits and
those
stuff
scripts
throughout
are
the way.
like
but-
you know, done for months and go through changes and alterations.
Exactly.
You know, to really get the perfect curation of like the emotional.
And even throughout filming, like they'll still fix a couple things here and there, but they're
Yeah.
not changing. I'm not making it up as it goes.
Yeah,
It's like
for real.
it's super rare when even Christopher Nolan does that too, where like, you know, he goes into a movie but it has to be a finished script. And I honestly, like, from that, you know, perspective, I'm like, you know, if I were to ever do something like that, you know, I'm going in with something finished for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and Stranger Things 5, man. This wasn't in, man. But
Really
that's why we're gonna do 6, bro. And we're gonna it's gonna take place in the 2010s.
He keeps on pitching this idea of like,
Bring it
go
back.
ahead, do your little spiel of the whole 2010s
No, never mind.
idea.
You don't want to listen, bro. But they do. I was gonna.
It's obvious you don't want to hear it.
Exactly, bro. No, I just think it'd be cool if, like, you know, we bring it back. Well, I think like maybe the earliest, like the 90s, you know, or like the 2000s, you know, and like that prime where, you know, Blockbuster was still there, you know, we're still using like wired phones and all this and that. But obviously, like, you know, Rihanna came out, you know, Pitbull was just coming up, you know. Like some prime, Usher,
Yeah, I mean, really
50 Cent,
battling the Demogorgons.
Exactly, no, and it's just like in the club
It's
while
like
they're
Get
battling
Rich or Die
that.
Trying. It's
Exactly,
like-
yeah, no. I just think it'd be a cool concept where even like the 2010s like take it place from like 2010 to like all the way to like 2017, 2018. You know, that was peak right there, man.
They're hitting the juju on that
Yeah,
beat.
exactly. No, you didn't think about it, bro. Like,
No, I'm not gonna think about it because it's a horrible
The
idea.
iPhone 5, the iPhone 6, somebody's gonna take this idea and like run with it, and you better get me as a cameraman at least. Anyways,
Yeah, you don't want credit. You just want
exactly. I just want to be a part of it for sure. But
I will let him keep on living in his fantasy. That's what. First of all, that. I mean, it does need another season.
Mm-hmm.
Just to, if they can, try and save it from that last one. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, let dead dogs lie. You know.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, also
That was
it's
the
like
first time
obviously
I've used
like
the
maybe
expression.
not even with like, you know, the old characters, but like a new set coming in and they're dealing with the ramifications of what happened back in the 80s, 70s, right around there. From them, and maybe they get a guest appearance from 11.
Big word for Steven.
Ramifications. Spell that.
Fucker, yeah, I'm off the fucking set now. Jesus Christ. Just let me have something.
You can't spell it. It's not.
Anyways, but what movie do you want to make, bro?
Spell ramifications.
You just want to make fun of me.
Your
in front
word
of
is
everybody.
ramifications. This turned into a spelling bee.
Hey Siri, how do you?
No, I
spell
want to hear you try and do it.
ramifications?
These are where the clips come from, Steven.
Found this on the web for how do you say
No. Cancel.
Thank you, baby.
I found this on the web for no. Check it out.
Thank you, baby. Chill, dude. Bro, one thing about Steven, bro, he like assigns inanimate objects like the weirdest,
The
like,
weirdest names.
he'll be talking to like a plug, like that's like he's about to plug into the wall. He'll be
I'm like, thank you, darling.
no, he'll be like, all right, be good to me, girl. And it's
No,
like,
no,
bro,
I've
I've
never
heard you
said
say
that.
some shit like that. Yes, you have. Bro,
No,
and he'll be like,
maybe like a PlayStation
or
stuff
he'll
like
be
that. yeah.
like, oh man, baby, don't do me like that. And then he'll be like, yo, dude, you're talking to the outlet on the wall. Like,
Bro,
please,
okay, you're
please
making me
chill.
think-
This is
No,
my room.
no.
Getting all hot and bothered. Getting all hot and bothered by the outlet. But
It's funny because when we first started bowling, I think that's when I used to do the Like, all right, baby, come on, make me proud.
Yeah, it's like an intimate relationship with inanimate objects.
Speaking of bowling,
While we're on the topic,
real quick. So I had a.
how long have we been talking
good?
to?
Are we good, Juan? Okay.
How long have we been talking?
51 minutes.
Huh?
51.
We've been talking for 51.
Hey, good. This is good.
Wait,
bro.
but is that the first clip included? Or
That's what
no. But I mean, like,
No.
how we had to restart, or this is just 51
51
since.
minutes since.
Oh, damn.
Let's
Okay,
go. Well,
well,
we can talk about bowling real quick before we hit the hour mark. But
Yeah.
I had a 127, boys. We did it. You know, and
We'll probably
been,
have another episode where we
we'll-
go into depth with
we'll
Diego.
get into depth probably with Diego because he's been taking us out. But yeah, man, I've been working. You know, it's crafting. I've been saying lately, you know, honestly, bowling,
so
you know, it's
sorry
for
about
fun to
this,
have
guys.
a great time with your friends and all this and that. You know, growing up, you don't think of it as much, but
God.
this is serious sport. You know, this is where people come and work.
I apologize.
You know, and
And I'm sorry.
you're not a D1 athlete if you can't score 3 strikes in a row. Because I did that today. And I got 127. And let's toast to that.
Are you done?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Nah. I mean, props to my boy. We went today. Yeah.
And I got a
we've been going
127.
a lot lately. He actually got his first turkey today.
Hey,
You know, it's about time.
damn right.
You know, yeah, me and Diego, like I said, we're probably gonna have a whole nother episode where we can really,
just dedicated to
dude.
bowling.
Once we get
Well, I
Diego
mean,
going,
just
he might
to-
talk for a whole hour straight.
Bro, just about bowling. Well, just to get you guys up, just real quick, long story short, we've been bowling I've been bowling with all of us for like I think almost a month, maybe 2 months now. But you guys have been going for like 2-3 months for sure.
No, you keep on adding months. Into
Really?
it. Like, yes, we've only been doing it for like a month and a half.
all of us together. But I just mean like
I mean, bro,
you
we
and Diego
didn't
together.
really bowl in December. Like,
I thought you guys started at the end of December.
well, exactly that. If we started in the end of
Point
December,
is, they've been doing
what's
it a
like-
couple more weeks later than me. You know, I tagged in. You know, and you know, I was horrible. You know, getting gutters.
was.
You know. Well, to be fair, I'm proud to say this man right over here hit a 201
No, now you're
a couple weeks ago. You know,
Um,
and
yeah.
what a it was a beauty. Think of beauty. And then my boy Diego, 212, 212, 212, bro, 212. You know, and
Pretty impressive score.
no, not just impressive, bro. Amazing. It's LeBron James in the fourth quarter, bro.
You keep
showing
on
up,
saying that. Like,
showing up against the Golden State Warriors in 2016, I
I
think.
think it was 2018. Actually,
That's when they lost.
2016 was when like they came back. Yeah.
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 Amazing.
Wait, was it?
Yeah.
Or was 20? You know what? Fuck it. Anyway,
Y'all get the analogy.
analogy, another good word. Good for you.
What the fuck? You gotta stop saying that.
Nah,
Okay,
but
Quan, get in this chair. I was gonna.
we're gonna just turn this into a spelling bee for that chair.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nah, but yeah. So, me and Diego, you know, obviously we've been taking it pretty damn serious, way too serious. Diego has already spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars into this sport, although that is also just how me and Diego go whenever we have a new sport of the month.
And
This
now
one-
me and him might, you know, go half and half on a ball, our own very ball. You know.
Yeah, our own very ball.
Exactly, but we should
That's
probably
not how
just-
you say that, but
our own bowling ball.
you know, I'm
Our
just,
very own ball.
yeah. You know what? We're gonna.
I
move
think
on.
this is where we can end this episode.
It feels like we haven't even been talking. For
I
that
know, yeah.
long.
I was like, damn,
That
like,
flew by.
For a second, I was thinking, like, well, what else? What else can we talk about?
Yeah, well, I thought we were talking for like
Yeah,
half an hour or
we're
some
ta-
shit.
We're talking like for a good minute. Let's
Jesus.
let's recap it real quick. We talked about
God,
the big guy upstairs, the
big
butler
man,
and Annie,
the big man, the big man,
the big man, and how you had the privilege,
yeah,
the
the
honor
honor,
of playing him. So when
embodying his
he-
word.
I wonder what he thinks for real. You know,
I wonder too.
I
I pray every night.
like if.
like,
One day-
God, how did I do in that 8th grade play?
One day y'all sit down and talk. He's like, "Hey, that's like up there."
He's like,
Out of all of them I see, that's the one right there.
there's been a lot of reenactments, kid.
But
Not as good as
that's
yours, though.
That's the good one right there.
Yeah. Nah.
Welcome to heaven.
Jesus Christ, that is a crazy laugh. I was like, oh my.
Yeah, everybody says my laugh is contagious, but yeah, this is a great episode, guys. I love catching up with you guys. Love catching up with you. You know, our audience.
Catching up with. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, we're gonna get into bowling maybe on the next podcast.
On the next one, probably with Diego. You know,
yeah, you know,
we'll see what happens.
He might get some more camera time. You know, we like Diego.
We like him. We love him. You know, thank you for teaching me how to bowl.
Oh, we know you love him and his big legs.
Why you gotta do all that, man? Why you gotta do all that?
Thank you guys for watching.
Like and subscribe, guys.
Like, comment, subscribe. I just repeated what he said, but appreciate you if you've made it to the end. And you know what's funny? I was almost gonna say "Go Birds" right now.
And go Birds, baby!
Shout
out real quick. We got a new offensive coordinator. I still gotta read about him, but hey,
I'm gonna cut this off. I'm sorry. I even started that.
We didn't even talk about the Super Bowl.
Thank you guys. That'll be in the next episode.
Go Birds!
Die Eagles, die.
Let me know when